My neighbor tried to steal my family's land. I exposed her debt to the whole village. My grandpa owned this piece of land behind our house for 40 years before he sold part of it to a woman named Dolores. She moved in, acting as if she had just bought half the province, walking around and telling everyone about her big plans for the property and how she was going to build a massive house with a pool. Anyway, we were just happy that grandpa got some money for his retirement. The land she bought was clearly marked with concrete posts my uncle Roberto put in. Everyone knew where her property ended and where ours began because we literally had a surveyor come out and make it official when she bought it. For about 3 years, everything was fine. She built her house, not as fancy as she bragged it would be, and mostly kept to herself except when she wanted to complain about our chickens making noise in the morning. Then my cousin Luis decided he wanted to buy the plot in front of Dolores's land, the one closer to the main road. It was still our family's property, and Luis needed a place to build since his wife was pregnant with their second child. That's when Dolores lost her mind. The day the surveyor came to measure Luis's plot, Dolores came stomping out in her bathrobe, screaming that we were measuring her land. I was there helping Luis and my uncle with the measurements when she started yelling that everything from her back fence to the road belonged to her. The surveyor looked confused and asked to see her deed. She said she didn't need to show anything because everyone knew it was hers. My uncle tried to explain that she only bought the back portion, but she cut him off and said she bought everything up to the road when she paid my grandpa. That's when I remembered something important. She never finished paying my grandpa. She still owed him for the last quarter of what she actually bought. But she stood there telling anyone who would listen that she owned land she never even tried to buy. The surveyor said he'd have to come back another day after we sorted this out. Luis was pissed because he took off work for this. More people started coming out of their houses to see what the yelling was about. Dolores saw the audience and started her performance, talking about how we were trying to steal from a widow, how we were jealous of her success, how we wanted to box her in so she couldn't expand her property. My Aunt Teresa came out and told her to stop lying. Dolores called her a jealous cow. That's when I had had enough. I asked Dolores really loudly so everyone could hear when she was planning to pay my grandpa the rest of what she owed for the land she actually bought. She went quiet for like 2 seconds, then started screaming that she didn't owe anything. So I spelled it out for everyone standing there. I said Dolores bought the back plot for $12,000 total, but only paid $9,000 so far. She kept promising my grandpa she'd pay the rest, but it had been 3 years. Now she was trying to claim land she didn't even negotiate for, while still owing money on what she did buy. The neighborhood ladies who always acted impressed by Dolores's designer bags and new car started whispering to each other. Dolores's face turned red, and she said that was between her and my grandfather. I said it was everyone's business when she was out here lying about owning Luis's plot. Then I mentioned how she told everyone she paid cash for the land, when really she had been begging my grandpa for more time every month. My uncle backed me up and said we had all her broken payment promises written down in my grandpa's notebook. One of the neighborhood guys asked if that was true, and Dolores started stuttering about how business was slow and investments take time to mature. But the damage was done. Everyone realized Dolores was broke and pretending to be rich while trying to steal more land than she could afford. She went back inside and slammed her door. The surveyor measured Luis's plot without any more problems. Word spread fast about Dolores owing money and trying to steal land. The ladies who used to visit her for coffee stopped coming around. The guy who ran the corner store started asking her to pay up front instead of putting things on tab. About a month later, she came to my grandpa with the rest of the money, all of it in small bills like she had to scrape it together. She paid Luis rent to use the road through his property to get to hers since she burned that bridge trying to steal it. Last I heard, she was trying to sell the place, but nobody wanted to buy from someone with that reputation.